Hello students, good morning. My name is Harendra Tiwari from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. In this video, I am going to introduce you class 11th standard chemistry chapter 5 states of matter. So this is a very special and important chapter in your syllabus. This is state of matter. So what do you mean by the term of state of matter? That is basically it is tell us physical state of matter, right? Why do we need to study the physical state of matter? How the knowledge of physical state of matter will help us to understand the chemistry or chemical properties? If I tell you, generally the physical state of matter do not involve with any chemical properties, but the physical state of matter is one of the very important factor that affect the rate of reaction. How any rate of reactions takes place. So when the any reactions takes place, that what time period that reactions takes, that is affected by the physical state of matter. So in this chapter, what we will learn after this chapter, what are our concept will be clear. So that is the learning objective and learning content of the chapter. First of all, I introduce you the learning objective of this chapter. Learning objective or content. This is the first point. We will understand that existence of different physical state of matter in terms of there are two factors that are responsible of the existence of physical state of matter in terms of balance between intermolecular forces and thermal energy of the particle. These two factors played an important role to decide the physical state of matter. A matter will exist in solid state or liquid state or gaseous state. That is because of a balance between intermolecular force and thermal energy of the particles that we will discuss in detail. The next point, explanation of gas laws. Explanation of gas laws. There are different gas laws such as Boyle's law, Boyle's law. It is a relation between pressure and volume, so we call PV relationship. Next one, Charles law. It is a relation between temperature and volume. Next is Gay-Lussac's law. It is a relation between pressure and temperature. That we call PT relationship. Next is Avogadro's law. This is a relation between volume and amount of substance. Amount of substance be expressed in terms of the mole, and a mole we express by the alphabet n, small n. So this is called the Vn relationship. Next and last, Dalton's law of partial pressure. So this is the part A, and there is part B. We will derive ideal gas equation with the help of these equations, or you can say that equation PV is equal to nRT. This is known as ideal gas equation. This equation explains all these laws. These laws is applicable at the ideal gas only. Then third is the explanation of gas law in our real life situation. Next is that behavior of real gas, means the gas law or the study of the gas will give us understanding. There are two types of gas. One is the ideal gas and another is the real gas. Ideal gas, those gases following Boyle's law, Charles' law, Galileo's law, Avogadro's laws, we call them ideal gas. But those gases are deviate from ideal behavior, we call them real gases. Generally, real gases, they deviate from ideal behavior. That is a real. Such as the people have the two types of character. Whatever the human behavior we conceptualize, that is ideal behavior. But rarest of the people, they are following the ideality. Okay, so what they are doing, what they perform, they are the actual character, that is the real character. So the whatever the behavior we are observing or we are expecting to the gas on the basis of these laws, but we are unable to find out the behavior shown by the real gases whatever exist around us. Next is that liquefaction of gases. Process, the study of liquefaction of gas, and last the difference between gaseous state, difference between gaseous state and vapor. Now might you have know that there is no difference between gaseous state and vapor, but both are the different to each other. What are the difference? That we will learn in the further videos. So these are the learning content we are going to study one by one in details. So please note it down it. Then I will continue with the existence of different physical state of matter in terms of balance between intermolecular forces and thermal energy of the particle. Now, the first part is that physical state of matter. The physical existence of the matter, when we classify it, so we can classify into 5 categories. The first, solid state. The second, liquid state. Third, gaseous state. Fourth, plasma state. And fifth, Bose-Einstein condensate state. So there are 5 possibilities we have to classify a matter on the basis of their physical state. So out of these 5 physical states, in our day-to-day life, we are familiar with these 3 physical states. The plasma state, that is example of sun, where that gases whatever present in the sun, that is the state, is the plasma state. And Bose-Einstein condensate state, when we cool down a matter at the absolute temperature, that is 0 Kelvin, then we will get the existence of the matter. That form we call that Bose-Einstein condensate state or super cooled state. But in this chapter we are going to just study about the gaseous state in details. Solid state and liquid state you will study in class 12th standard, but here I will introduce these 3 states of the matter. So now the question is here, why do we have a solid state? Why do we have a gaseous state? Why do we have a liquid state? What makes a matter to exist in the solid state? What makes a matter to exist in the liquid state? What makes a matter to exist in a gaseous state? Means, what is the reason behind the existence of matter? You are familiar each and every day life with these 3 commonly physical state of the matter. For example, when your mother cooks food, she use a LPG cylinder, that is cooking gas, that getting burns and producing heat, and with the help of heat you use some vessels, that is the solid matter. The fuel you use, that is the gaseous matter. The solid matter used as a food, vegetables, rice, that is the solid matter. The water you use to boil the rice, that is a liquid matter. The gas we use to breathe in and breathe out, this is the gaseous matter. Means throughout the day we are familiar or we observed the different types of the matters present around us, and all are may exist any one of the state of above 3 state, solid or liquid or gaseous. So do you know the behind it? What was the reason behind it? The reason is that there are 2 factors are responsible for the existence of these 3 state of matter. The factors I just told you, the intermolecular forces and thermal energy of the particle. Thermal energy of the particles. These two factors decide a matter will exist in solid state, or liquid state, or gaseous state. Between the balance between these two factors is responsible for a matter to be in solid state, to be in gaseous state, or to be in liquid state. So now we are going to understand how these two factors decide the properties of solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. First you note it down, then I will continue with the next concept, how these two factors are responsible for a solid state, for liquid state, and for gaseous state. Generally, the matter exists around us in three different states: solid, liquid, and gas. A balance between intermolecular force and thermal energy of the particle will decide these three states. What is the relation between intermolecular forces and thermal energy? Intermolecular force are of two types. One is the repulsive and other is the attractive. Another is attractive. When we explain the existence of matter, we use the attractive intermolecular force. Attractive intermolecular force. The relation between the intermolecular force of attraction and thermal energy of the particle, both are inversely proportional to each other. Intermolecular force of attraction is inversely proportional to thermal energy. This is the relation both have. That means if intermolecular force of attraction increases, then thermal energy decreases. Means thermal energy of the particle if decreases, then intermolecular force of attraction increases, and if intermolecular force of attraction decreases, means thermal energy of the particles increases. Let me check it is coming in the video or not. Yes, coming. Thermal energy of the particle increases. So the relation both have the inversely proportional to each other. So you keep in this mind while explaining the existence of solid, liquid, and gases. In case of solid state, the particles are closely compact with each other. Do you know why? Because the intermolecular force of attractions are extremely high. Particles are closely compact to each other because of the intermolecular forces are very high. Particles are closely compact to each other. Because the reason behind it, intermolecular force of attraction is very strong between the particles. Then now the question, why this is a very strong? Because thermal energy of particle, thermal energy of the particle very less. Due to that they stop the relative motion of the particles, means relatively the particles present around another particles, one particle there are another particles present around one particles that is not having any relative motion. So no relative motion of the particle, and these tend to a matter to show the some characteristics properties. Particles are closely compact to each other. Why? Because intermolecular force of attraction is very strong. Then why? Because the thermal energy of the particle very less. So the particles are not free to relative motion, and these factors are responsible for the following characteristics property of the solid state, such as solid state, the shape. When we talk about the shape, so it is a definite. When we talk about the size, then it is a definite. When we talk about the volume, it is a definite. When we talk about the compressibility behavior, so it is incompressible. These are the characteristic properties of the solid. Now come to the liquid. The particles are little free for the relative motion. So why these are free to relative motion? Because intermolecular force of attraction strength is moderate. Attraction is moderately strong, that leads by the energy of the particles. Since thermal energy of the particles little or somewhat more with comparison to the solid and less with comparison to gas. So these factors are responsible for the following characteristics of the liquid state. Characteristic of liquid state: particles are in a relative motion. Particles allowed, the relative motion of the particles are allowed. Relative motion of particles are allowed. Due to that, the liquid state possesses the following characteristics. So what are the characteristics? That is, characteristic is that shape is indefinite, size indefinite, volume definite, and compressibility nature is the incompressible. Next is about the gaseous state. The particles are freely to each other. They have a relative motion extraordinary. So that is because of intermolecular force of attraction is negligible since thermal energy is very high and that leads the following characteristic property: allow relative motion freely, shape, size and volume indefinite. Compressibility can be compressed. So this is whole about all the characteristics of the solid, liquid and gas. So thank you for today class. Wish you all the best. Thank you.